For ACUSports.com, I'm Chris Macaluso, and this afternoon I'm joined by distance coach for the Wildcats, Jarvis Jelen. His team just competed at Texas Tech this past Thursday, and this weekend they go to North Texas. Coach, before we talk about the upcoming trip to Denton, let's talk about your team's results this past weekend at Texas Tech. Lots of teams were there, but the way it was scored, it was pretty much a duel between the Wildcats, the Red Raiders, and on the women's side, the Mountaineers of West Virginia. Your takeaways from that first meet?
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say we were expecting a lot for times or for really competition against the other schools, but it was a really good workout on a really challenging course. So kind of allowed us just to use it as a training tool and a stepping stone to the upcoming meets. Definitely didn't back off at all going into that, and have been training hard and just kind of working towards good results later in the season.
You told me last week that was a good meet to kind of bust the rust, and I just am curious to know, following that meet on a challenging course, what progress have you seen in the kids, in your student athletes this past week?
Actually, the week has been really good for most of them. We still have illness going through the team on the men's side. We had 2 out at Texas Tech on illness, and we have 1 out right now, may or may not run at North Texas. We got our 2 guys who are sick back now, and everyone's looking pretty good, and it's actually been a really good week of training. We had a really good workout this morning, so I think that the meet served its purpose, and we've been making good progress.
And going into this Saturday, it's going to be an 8 a.m. start for the Ken Garland Invitational, hosted by North Texas. Much bigger field than what you had a couple days ago in Lubbock. The women are going to run a 5K, followed by an interesting 4-miler for the men. What are your expectations for each of your teams in Denton this weekend?
I guess I'll just talk about the men first. Getting Ryan Cleary back and Sterling Paul back will be really good. They're definitely 2 guys that we see being in our top 3 or top 4. Ryan's still not 100%, and Sterling's getting there. I think he's bounced back from illness a little bit better, but mainly I'm really excited to see those 2 race and to get the guys on a faster course than more flat course from my expectations, at least, than what we had at Texas Tech, and just letting them loose a little bit more since it's shorter and getting something a little bit faster in for them. Times will not be as important, but we're competing against a lot of good teams, so it'll be nice to kind of see where we stack up. Then on the women's side, for the women that are on our team and not redshirting this year, it's good for them because it's a 5K, and a lot of them are newcomers and have done 5Ks in the past as opposed to 6K. So it'll be kind of a good barometer of how they're looking and where they're going this year.
Well, speaking of the red shirts, you will have your 4 red shirts there. Of course, they have to travel on their own. The Hackett twins, Alexandria Michaela, Diana Garcia Munoz, and Carly Graham. It seems that this group of young ladies never stops training, never stops working to get better. And now this weekend, the coaches, the teammates, the fans kind of get to see what their results on paper are going to look like against some top-flight talent from around the state of Texas.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, our 4 redshirt women continue to impress the coaching staff. They're in excellent shape, and we're just trying to kind of hold them back even right now from progressing too quickly. They've been really consistent in workouts and getting better and better, and it should be really fun to see what they do this weekend and just be able to get out there and let them race. They're not going to be able to get a lot of races in because there isn't a lot that they could find for competition within a close range, and getting out of school and things like that is hard when they're redshirting. So they definitely want to take advantage of the opportunities that they have. That being said, they're not at all prepared training-wise for this race, but they're really generally fit, so it should be good.
All right, Coach Jelen, thanks for your time this afternoon. We're excited to see what the Redshirts and all the Wildcats do this weekend at North Texas. Again, that's the Ken Garland Invitational. It's going to start at 8 a.m. with the women's 5K, followed by a 4-mile race for the men. For Jarvis Jelen, I'm Chris Macaluso. Go Wildcats!